So, game 2 here of this best out of 3 series taken from DreamHack Summer 2011. Again, a clash between one of the finest from the European side of the Starcraft 2 community and one of the most menacing Korean pro gamers currently playing Starcraft 2, also a big reference back from the days of BroodWar. It's gonna be again a battle between this blue Protoss spawning here on this right position on the top. It's HasuObs, also known as mouzHasu, coming from Warcraft 3, showing us his skill set here on Starcraft 2. One of the top Protosses playing in Europe, no questions asked. He's a big menace, do not underestimate this guy. And he's gonna be clashing again against this red Zerg, spawning on this bottom left position. I'm pretty sure everyone knows the guy. I mean, BroodWar legend JulyZerg, now known as StarTale and well, boy, what an aggressive Zerg he is, taking good results out of his playstyle as well. So huge menace anytime you face this guy. Just you need to be careful, always bring your A game or else he's gonna snap your nerd neck and there won't be much left of you in the end when he finishes with you. So we're gonna have them clashing here for our delight. Taking a look at what's up here on the builds. They're just starting their openings, there's not much going on for now, but I do see that July is gonna grab that extractor. So gas first, try to pile up some gas to get that Zergling speed kicking in soon. He's gonna go spawning pool first, obviously, unless something really weird happens here, but there it is, spawning pool going down, and he's gonna keep it safe. He's gonna have at least a couple of Zerglings to shoo away any probe coming here and wanting to take more intelligence, more information than it's supposed to have. And from what you can see, HasuObs is just sending his probe on the right direction now, so he's going to be arriving here pretty soon. While on HasuObs side, as you can see, still no signs of gas, and he's actually preparing to expand, I'm assuming. There's the pylon, forward pylon here on this position that will allow him to establish buildings in such a way, in such a manner for him to make a solid wall off, and going to be playing out of 2 bases really quickly. This is beneficial on this specific map. Long rush distance, quite a big map, allows you to go for this kind of opening. And as you guys know, Protoss playing out of 2 bases is a big menace. He's very solid in the economy and he's going to be able to put out a big, huge, menacing death ball. So I think that JulyZerg needs to consider that. I'm pretty sure he's aware of all the strategies and openings that Protosses go on this specific situation. I mean, this is fairly standard for this map. And, well, he's going to have to decide if he wants to make any kind of big push early on and might try to attempt throwing a crushing blow onto HasuObs, or if he's just committing to his macro game and try to get the best out of it, try to out macro his opponent and kill him on the late game. Guess we're gonna see it soon enough. For now, what I can see is that JulyZerg already got the first couple of Zerglings out, grabbing his hatchery on the natural expo, so gonna be playing out of 2 bases soon enough as well. And now he's starting to hunt this pesky probe that is heading back into its base. Not much information was taken. As you can see, he didn't even notice that expo, though I'm assuming that HasuObs, he knows that July will be going for it soon enough. So I mean, he's an experienced player, he's aware of all the openings as well and the mentality of the player that he's opposing at the moment. So as you can see, we have the wall of almost finished, just missing a gap there. There it is, gap closed with the cyber core, and there's already a photon cannon on the back. So kind of a nice sturdy wall here, walling off any kind of aggression coming from a JulyZerg on the early stages of the game, even backed up with a single photon cannon. So there won't be much for July to do for now besides trying to mess up a decent army and evolve his game. I'm not sure exactly which way he'll be heading. What I do notice is that he's trying to explore as much of the map as possible. As you can see, he's already been roaming around the map back and forth several times. He's just making sure there won't be any proxy pylons around, no shenanigans coming out from HasuObs. He's just checking all the little corners, as you can see, and at the same time he's positioning some overlords, one here on the top north, another one approaching from the south, and like that, just getting a nice positioning and being able to send a sacrificial overlord to spot the tech and the evolutions from HasuObs later on in the game. This probe apparently is going to be intercepted. Those Zerglings already have speed, so they're going to be able to make short work of that probe quite quickly. Meanwhile, here on HasuObs side, as you can see, 2 bases rolling. He's been working on his probe count quite a lot. He's actually ahead, and we do know that JulyZerg loves his drones, but seems like that HasuObs is just committed to a very solid macro game, getting the robotics facility now, so we might be seeing an observer coming out soon enough to go and take notes on what's going on here on July's side. Meanwhile, July just grabbing the gas, stacking up on the gas, and at the same time trying to tech up quite quickly. So seems like JulyZerg is going to need plenty of gas soon enough, and he's going for quick tech. I wonder which way he's going to be heading. Everyone knows that July loves his Mutalisks, might be an option, but I'm not sure exactly which way he's heading. If you guys remember on the previous match, on game 1, he went for quick tech as well, but decided to go for Hydralisks, and his unit composition was something like Hydralisks and Zerglings. That was basically it. And it actually paid off on that specific situation. He made a solid time push with +1 kicking in on the right moment, and just benefited from a huge blow throw that HasuObs, and HasuObs didn't have any way to resist to it. Will he be heading the same way? Well, maybe, I guess. We're gonna see that tech is just popping, so he's now on the second layer of tech, and instantly landed a Hydralisk then, so seems like he might be heading the exact same way. I mean, don't get me wrong, we do know that Hydralisks are very good against gateway units. They put out a very solid DPS, but, well, if you don't have anything backing them up, they're gonna take the hurt, and with that robotics facility already spotted here on the natural expo from HasuObs, and now apparently going for the robotics bay, he's gonna go for Colossus play, and Colossi just roast Hydralisk so quickly, so this is gonna be dangerous for JulyZerg. I'm not sure exactly which way he's heading. Grooved Spine, so he's committing to plenty of Hydralisk play, also getting weapons level 1 here on HasuObs side, and getting 3 more gateways, so 4 gateway play ensuing. Also that robotics facility and robotics bay will start churning out some Colossus, I'm assuming, and at the same time we do have HasuObs advancing with his observer, taking a sneak peek. He spotted those Hydralisk obviously, and I think he spotted this on this corner. Ooh, Nidus network, so seems like that JulyZerg knows that the Protoss player is completely contained and walled off inside that 2-base play, and is gonna stay there for a little while, and might be trying to attempt to make a drop into his main base. Well, not a drop, it's kind of a pop, with that Nidus worm just popping out of the ground and releasing a lot of units, but this is not going to be easy because HasuObs spotted it with the observer. Notice this Stalker just roaming around, making sure there won't be any Nidus worm popping anytime soon, but incoming the first Nidus worm, and instantly nice positioning with his pylon. HasuObs spotting it, and I don't think he's going to be able to put out, still was able to put out like 3 units, but instantly killed, and that Hydralisk went down so quickly. So not much going on there. Apparently there's a second Nidus worm going here on this north position, but the units are arriving, and this Stalker has been shooting at it for a while, so didn't even pop, wasn't even able to come out with any units there, and seems like that aggression by JulyZerg is thwarted and finished. It didn't work very well, especially because HasuObs was able to spot this Nidus network right before it was finished, so it was a very nice scouting maneuver that was able to provide for him a nice anticipation and preparation for what was coming his way. As you can see, there's a lot of units coming back and forth on this Nidus network, and seems like that JulyZerg might be preparing to advance one more and make a big drop. Not exactly sure where. There it is. He's going to try to release a lot of units here, just trying to get that rush distance shorter by releasing all the units and preparing to advance into this big wall. As you can see, HasuObs destroyed his own forge to try to get a way of coming out, and he already has the first Colossus. I'm pretty sure he's making a forge somewhere else. There it is, I can see it on the production tab. At the same time, the observer is just spotting everything coming out of that Nidus network, and the Hydralisks will be able to try to DPS and attempt aggression here, but no, July knows that he failed. The moment those pops, shall I call it like that, from the Nidus network on the basis of HasuObs failed, he knew he was so far behind it. He doesn't have a proper army, as we all can see. He had 14 Hydralisks, 6 Zerglings against this unit composition with the Colossus on the back. This would be a huge barbecue, so I guess that JulyZerg decided, instead of putting more efforts into fixing something that was wrong on this game, he decided that he should be going for game 3 and try to commit all of his energies to evolve there and do the best he can to correct this error, because clearly he had a lapse here. Things didn't went very well for JulyZerg, and well, HasuObs was just able to take all the information he needed to be always one step ahead of July. So well, game done. Fairly short one again, with a lot of aggression. I hope you guys enjoyed this game. See you all later. Let's go for the ace match.